Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to Real Time, where we are live talking about film and television and everything in between. And today's guest, I'm very pumped and excited about somebody who is working in Hollywood with celebrities as their personal trainer. And they're going to be sharing some of that amazing advice with us and their journey on how they got in. So let's get right into it. Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Mustafa Talib here with Cinema King Productions, and thank you all so much for tuning in on Real Time. And like I said, today's guest is somebody who is working in Hollywood with celebrities as they are getting ready for their roles, especially in the superhero world. So without further ado, please help me welcome Mr. Rehan. How you doing, man? Absolutely. Thank you so much. Let's first start with that gratitude. First, let me say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be on here and share your journey and give any advice for anybody who is looking to get into that superhero body that they're all looking for, right? So let's dive right into it, shall we? If you don't mind, just quickly introducing yourself. There you go. Thank God. Yes, sir. Hold on, Rehan. Sorry, I am so sorry. There's been I'm experiencing an issue real quick. Let me fix something real quick. Hold on a second. Okay, go ahead and count to 10 for me.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. I think that, yeah, that was my bad. Okay, I think now the audience can hear you. If you don't mind, one more time from the top. Your upbringing. Let's go ahead.
So I was just basically started off in Texas. Same immigrant story as many people out there. My parents came here, and then I basically was raised in Texas. I was 125 pounds, soaking wet
Mm.
with boots on, the skinniest, typical South Asian body, just skinny arms, skinny legs, a little bit of a gut, typical.
Mhm.
And then I decided one day to play football in high school. And
Oof.
Texas high school football, it's a religion. It's Friday Night Lights, it's
Yes.
movies. As this whole show is about movies. It's movies based on football in
Yes.
Texas. So I tried out, and I was the skinniest kid. I kept getting hit. Started working out a little bit, and I thought to myself, "Wow, man! If I worked out and if I could, get a little muscle and I could, take hits, I could do something with this." And it was the greatest lesson of my life. That's kind of
Mhm.
my origin story of how I got into weight training, how I got into lifting, and I was going against NFL prospects. I mean, three of the people that I played with in high school went to the NFL. I mean, that
Wow.
level of talent, and I was getting beaten on every day. And this is before concussion protocols. This explains a
Yes.
lot about my head, I think. So, and I mean, back in those days, if you took a hard hit, you just go back in the game because that's part of it. We got
Right.
right. You get down.
Walk it off.
Absolutely. And one of the lessons of life that I was taught back then was some three magical words my coach used to tell me, and that is get up, son. And I
Mhm.
would take the hardest hits. I mean, people thought call the ambulance. Like, this is it. This dude's like
Mm.
done. He's finished. Put a fork in him. But my coach would come up and say, get up, son. And I just get up. And I got up every single time, thank God. And
Yeah.
that taught me a lot of lessons about life that when you get hit, even we're in COVID now, we're under
Yeah.
all kinds of problems. When you get hit, you got to keep going. You got to have fortitude. You got to keep pushing through. I learned that lesson early on as
Mhm.
someone playing football in high school, and then from there, long story short, I basically went to college. I was studying accounting, believe it or not. I was going to be an
Really?
accountant at the University of Texas. And then suddenly I started, of course, I was still lifting. I started competing for powerlifting with
Mhm.
the University of Texas team. Went to nationals, won nationals, did a lot really, really well as a teenager. And then I thought to myself, hey, listen, maybe I should do, something that I'm passionate about. So I
Mm-hmm.
jumped into sharks. I burned the boats.
Oof.
My philosophy of life is take risks or no reward. And I just changed my major to nutrition and food science and
Mm-hmm.
really started going forward into that arena. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yes, that is an amazing story. So I mean, you did kind of answer a couple of the questions I had lined up for you, but I guess uh, moving from that, how did it, I guess, take off? Where did that come from? How did that come into play? Did you meet the right people at the right time, and network? Like, how did that transpire?
Great question. I believe that success is when preparation meets opportunity. There's no such thing as luck. I believe that God has ordained things for you. He puts you in the right positions. If you prepare yourself and if you do the work, I always believe three words that are the key to life is do the work. Most people
Mm-hmm.
just want, for example, in Hollywood, most people just want to break. And there's no really, if you talk to actual celebrities or directors or producers, there's no such thing as a break. There's
Yeah.
putting yourself in the right position, being valuable to people, working on your craft. And so that's what I did. I just when people, when my friends were going out and partying and hanging out and doing all the stuff, I was in the medical library studying. I was researching. I was writing. I was
Mm-hmm.
working for a company. After college, I went to work for a supplement company, and they had a magazine. So I was writing for the magazine. I was developing products. I was perfecting my craft, working with athletes. Started working with a lot of athletes, and
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of put me in the right position to kind of transcend and get a lot of opportunities thrown my way, which I wouldn't have had. So I will say, look, if you're great at something, you're always going to have greatness thrown upon you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not good at something, be better at it, right? Become what do we call valuable? I always say be able to be of value to people, be
Yes.
valuable, and that's it. You're either an asset or you're a liability. So I just try to be the greatest asset I could be. And this is way before your time. This is the '90s, when
I was
the
born in the
Paleolithic
90s,
era.
right in the beginning of the 90s, man. I'm almost
Yeah,
30. Give me a
yeah,
break.
yeah, yeah, right. So if you remember those times, it was no Instagram, there was no YouTube, no internet. So
Yep.
I was perfecting my craft. I started becoming really good at what I did. I was really becoming good at transforming bodies, and which led to transforming lives, and really have had really an amazing opportunity to meet amazing people early on in my career. And that's the great part about it. And a lot of people ask me later, like now, oh my God, didn't Hollywood like change you? Did it like
Mm-hmm.
affect you negatively? Because there's always a negative perception of Hollywood, right? But
Yeah.
I said that I had that level of access to celebrities or athletes or pros early on, so it never got to me. I mean, I was on the front page of the newspaper in Austin, Texas, when I won the
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Texas. Then this is at the age of 20 or 21. So I
Yeah.
was already had that kind of notoriety early on, thank God. Not a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but just a little bit. So my point is that really helped me kind of stabilize. And of course, I was raised well. I was raised to be spiritual. I was raised to always have an even keel, never let life get to me. I treat everybody the same. My dad always taught me, listen, I don't care if you're the biggest celebrity in the world, if you're the janitor, if you're the guy at the counter, coffee, wherever, you treat them the exact same because they're just people. So using that lesson and not let things get to me, I started getting better and better. I started becoming a specialist at
Mm-hmm.
supplements. And so I had this opportunity to move to California. This is
Mm-hmm.
21 years ago, and it was really a risk. It was a startup company. I could be some part of something big or complete failure. We don't know, right? Startups,
Right.
it's a big risk. So, and I was living in Florida at the time. I had a 6-week-old baby, and
Mm-hmm.
I just jumped, man. I burned the boats. I said, let's go to California. I just jumped. I
Wow.
took this risk. Best decision I've ever made in my life, and the rest was history. And the best part about this history, and to answer your question after about an hour, let's finally get to the answer to the question.
No, no, it's good. I like the long-windedness. I like to go deep.
Yeah, we're gonna go deep. Yes, like Dan Marino. So we basically what happened was I started working with this company in California. Did well. It was called Body Logics, and we sold supplements, and we did well. We sold the company a year later, and I started developing more products. At this point, I started writing for a lot of magazines. You guys don't know
Mm-hmm.
magazines, but back in the day, there used to be this thing where you open and you read.
Right. Articles, pictures
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
paper.
There was
You went to the library sometimes to check
yes.
them out. You
You
get
get a
sent,
card, a
to the
library
when
card.
you're waiting in the dentist's office, they're right there, a nice little collection.
You had a library card. You had a
Yeah.
blockbuster card. You had a
Yeah.
back in those days. So I started writing, man, and I started getting out into all the national magazines. I started becoming known as someone who was kind of an expert in fitness and specifically nutrition, supplementation, everything, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so one day, and this is going to my big break, or I guess some sort of break, which I prepared
Yeah.
for I would say it took me 20 years to become an overnight success. But
Yeah.
it so one day I'm sitting in California at home, and the phone rings, and back in those days, it was a flip phone, the old,
Yes.
the Nextel flip phones,
I had the
and
Motorola Razor.
that's right, that you had the walkie talkies and all that. So
Yes.
the phone rings, I flip open the phone, I pick, like, hello, he's like, hey Rehan, this is Sly Stallone calling, I'm starting a company. So I was like, Stallone? No. So he's like talking on and on about some business, and I'm like, this is Sly Stallone. Rocky. This is Rocky. Yeah, of course. What do you? Yeah, let's talk about business. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, which one is it? Adam? Is it Omar? Who, John? Who is this guy playing a prank on me? You guys are
Right.
so funny. Oh my God, it sounds pretty real, but whatever. I was like, okay, Mr. Stallone, bye. So I just hung up on him. So yes, I
Oh
hung up
my
on Rocky.
Lord.
Yeah, I hung up on Rambo. Yeah, not a good move.
That,
But so the
yeah,
phone
he'll just
rings
come
again.
crashing through your window.
I was like, "Where's the knife?" But
Yeah.
so I get a call back. He's like, "Hey, Ron, I think we got disconnected." I was like, "No, I hung up, bro. Who is this?" He's like, "It's Sly Stallone. I'm starting a company. I need your help." I'm like, the more he started talking, I was like, "Wow, dude, Rocky is on the phone with me." Like it was like
Wow.
surreal life. One of those surreal experiences where you're like, you almost see yourself outside of yourself. You're like, and I'm the guy that watched Rocky as a kid. I ran around the house doing
Yeah.
push-ups and drinking raw eggs, right?
Yeah.
And so now he's on the phone with me. I'm like, wow. But it took all those years of
Of
sacrifice of
course.
becoming the best. And he's
Hard
like, listen,
work.
I've heard absolutely. And he said, look, I heard you're the best at this. I'm starting a supplement company. I want you to partner up with me. I want you to develop products. I want you to do marketing, everything with me. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in, man. And then from there, basically, that was my sort of break, so to speak. Even
Mm-hmm.
though I don't believe in a break, but that was my kind of initial Hollywood opening behind the curtain kind of experience. And
Mm-hmm.
when I worked with Stallone, obviously I started becoming his nutritionist. I started working with him directly. I helped him get ready for Rocky, Rambo, and he actually opened all the doors for Hollywood. And when Stallone opens the door, it's like you're already verified, you're already credited. It's not you
Yep.
get the blue check mark immediately. You're good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's from there. He introduced me to Bruce Willis, to Gunnar Peterson, a trainer who did all the celebrities. He
Mm-hmm.
introduced me to so many people that helped me propel my career. And he
Mm-hmm.
was so generous, one of the most generous people you ever meet, and entertaining as well. But
Of course.
that was kind of the break right into the. So it wasn't like, I was so blessed, thank God, that luckily I started off with Stallone. That was like my first client. Most people don't have that kind of story, thank God. But
Right.
thank God I was able to meet him. And initially, that kind of just put me at the top, really, because it wasn't like I started working with some, like small actor you never heard of, worked my way up. So I was fortunate enough, thank God, that I got Stallone first, and then from there, it just became just bigger and bigger as always. So.
That is incredible. Like, I mean, he called you. It's not like you went and sought after anybody in particular. You were just great at your craft. You were working hard. You had that good work ethic, which I think is very crucial, not just in fitness, but like in any craft, right? Creative or scientific or
Right.
technological. You have to be the best, or you have to try your best
You
in
got to be the
every
best.
field.
You have to be
Right.
the best. I believe that with certainty. I think greatness has to be achieved. You cannot be average, especially in this day and age. I teach my kids this as well. Listen, good is not good enough in this day and age. And
Yeah.
I think that, being great requires work, and that there's no really shortcut to being great. So
Mm-hmm.
to your point, that's exactly correct.
You have to be focused. You have to be determined. You have to have the goal in mind. You have to build yourself in character. Like it's all part of the bigger scheme, the bigger plan to be
Everything is
great,
everything.
right?
Everything is
Everything is
everything.
yes. So let's go. I guess you did answer my next question. Or rather, why work in Hollywood? Like why? I mean, you said you had the supplement company opportunity, and that's where you went. But did you ever see yourself going into Hollywood and
No,
working
look,
with the celebrities?
well, look, I grew up in Houston, Texas, in humble means, as I mentioned, middle class, lower middle class family, and I
Mm-hmm.
never had. To me, like going to a sports game and then nosebleeds was like the best thing ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was I mean, I never had. I mean, of course, everybody, like everybody, obviously loves celebrities or watches movies or whatever. I always had this idea. But to be honest with you, when you grow up in Houston, Texas, or in Texas in general, I think, or some small states or whatever, I think you
Yeah.
get caught up in that mentality of this is it for me. So to be honest with you, I couldn't dream this big. Like the things that I've done in the last 20 years, I couldn't even picture that growing up as a kid in Texas. Like to me, my dream was like, man, if I could get like a 9 to 5 job, get
Yeah.
60K a year, get 2 kids, boom, have that life, that perfect white picket fence, a little house, a good, be close to my family, and just that would be great. I'd be successful. Like, oh my God, I'd be
Yeah.
balling out. I'd be balling out, man.
Yeah.
So that was my dream. And so when all this happened, you got to remember when all this happened, it's so far beyond imagination. So that's why I
Hmm.
always say that God is the greatest because He can make things happen for you that you couldn't even imagine with your brain. Like that's
Absolutely.
there's no limit to God's blessings and mercy. So
Yes.
when you have that behind you and you have that understanding, then I started thinking bigger. Once I left Texas and I started thinking like, wow, I could, I never planned to be in Hollywood, man. I'm a guy from Texas. I mean, come on. I'm just a regular Daisy kid out of Houston, Texas. Like, nothing
Right.
special about me. But I put myself in a position where I got that opportunity. It wasn't a
Hmm.
goal of mine. It was never. I never coveted it. I never, even when I got it, I never thought, oh my God, I look at me now. I never thought that. I was like, listen, man, I'm just doing my job. I was always taught to do your best and help people and do what you do. Right? Don't
Hmm.
do what they're doing. Don't get caught up in all the nonsense. Go do what you do. Be an asset to them, and that was it. And that's how I had success. Is that I started transforming them. I started taking their results to a different level. Stallone
Hmm.
never got that big as he did in Rambo. Rocky, I mean, you got to remember he's over 60 years old at that time,
Yeah.
at 65, and so he's not really young, and he got in that best shape ever. So when you get results like that, people start
Yeah.
listening, people start understanding, and they're like, wow, what do you do different that everybody, there's a million trainers, what do you do different? What's different about your system? And that's kind of what I brought to the table was a complete system that
Hmm.
really started helping them. And then, of course, you transition from that, and we're jumping way far ahead, but
No, it's
from
fine.
there, making movies now, having a movie on Amazon Prime Video, I have a movie on Netflix. So getting into the movie business because you're around that, it's just kind of like a domino effect.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And just a quick correction. I mean, everything gets bigger in Texas. You know this. So, I mean, it's not a small state. Um,
Well, trust me, I know, especially the
yes,
food.
yes, yes, absolutely. The food game here is legitimate.
No, there's no question. There's no question.
So you did touch on this. Like, you became, I guess, the fitness go-to, right, for athletes and, actors and actresses. Um, you named a few, but like, were there any that I guess didn't know who you were? Like you were just always referred. Is that how it worked?
Basically, Hollywood is a fortress. I mean, if you don't know Hollywood, it's a fortress. It's very hard to break in, and you can't solicit. It's not like
Hmm.
you're selling insurance, or it's not like you're calling people up or sending them email blasts. Like there doesn't it doesn't work that way, especially with the
Yeah.
higher level talent. It's all word of mouth. It's all referral. It's all trust is a big part of it. I think. Look,
Hmm.
there's a lot of great trainers, but they're not trustworthy, or they may not be able to be discreet, or they may not understand how to work with celebrities because celebrities'
Hmm.
lives are very different. They're very private. Like I have so much information. When you work with them on a body level, you get a
Yeah.
lot of details about their medical history, about their
Of
food,
course.
about their so a lot of privacy is
A lot of
interesting. I'm like,
aspects of
and
their
I'm
life are involved.
yes, yes, and you get to see a lot of their private life, and they
Hmm.
trust you to be. And I'm a fortress. Like I'm a fortress. I won't
Yeah.
like. There's no way, and that's something we're taught in our spirituality, in our way, is that
Yeah.
trust is critical. We don't break people's
Hmm.
trust. We don't like tattletale. We don't break people's trust. So when people trust you with something, we guard that with sincerity. So
100%.
that is a big part of it. And also, to be honest with you, man, people want to work with people who are cool. And I always say my
Yeah.
life philosophy is ABC: always be cool.
Yeah.
And if you're cool and if you're like an asset, I don't ask them for a lot of stuff. Like all these people come up to them, and every day they're getting hit up by, put me in your movie, give me tickets to this, give me
Hmm.
that, give me this, give me
Just
sign this,
bombarded. Yeah.
bombarded every day. So when I'm the guy that says, look, here, I'm helping you. See you later. That's good. Do your thing. So that really elevates, I think, their respect for me. Is that, look, this guy is trying to help me out. if I want to give them something cool, if you ask cool, like I have a radio show here in LA on ABC, and they come on my radio show as a courtesy. Like those kind of things is just cool because they're like, look, you help me, I'll help you. It's no big deal, right? It's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's a win-win situation, but that doesn't happen by accident. It happens by you doing your part. So as long as you do your part, be an asset, be great, be cool, then everything will be all right.
Absolutely. Words of wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. Please take heed of these words. Real quick, for those who are watching, if y'all have any questions regarding fitness or anything of that sort, filmmaking, leave them in the live chat, and I will be looking over and relaying them over to Rehan and myself if it does pertain to filmmaking. We can have a conversation there. So, moving on, also, real quick, if y'all aren't following him already on Instagram, make sure you click the link down below and check out his website. They are in the description down below, so you can see the work that he's been doing. Amazing, amazing stuff.
Thank you.
So moving on with that, now let's talk about the fitness aspect, which is what are some of the most common myths of fitness? Is it more dietary? Is it physique? Is it hitting the gym? What is it? What is it? I'm always hearing a lot of different percentages.
Great question. Great question. Wow, you're hitting me with some hard hitting.
This is what we do on real time.
That's a whole nother I think interview, but that's hours of myths out there. I think one of the biggest myths is that you can out-train a poor diet. I think that myth will last, I think, until the end of time. People think, hey, if I just work out hard enough, I can eat whatever I want. I can kind of out-train a poor diet. And that's the biggest myth. You cannot. Dieting is about 70 to 80% of the game, actually, in reality.
Yes.
I mean, it's all part of the game, right? You can't. I mean, everything's 100%, really. You can't just say one thing is 70% or whatever. But if you look at it from a holistic approach, you got to be 100% with the diet, 100% with the training, 100% with the sleep, 100% with the supplements, everything, right? But in general, what you eat, the food you eat is who you are. Food is information. Food is power. Every morsel of food you put in your body sends a signal to your body to get better or get worse. So if you can perceive food differently, then I think you have great success. But you just can't go train for 2 hours and think, oh, now I can eat a pizza. No big deal, right? It doesn't work that way. So that's one of the biggest myths. Number two, I would say that a lot of women out there think that weight training makes them bulky. That myth will never die. And I think for men too, it's like, look, if you want to lose fat, the best thing to do is resistance training, not cardio. Resistance training helps you build muscle, which stimulates metabolism long term, helps you lower body fat and that dreaded abdomen fat, which is caused by stress, overeating, all these things. So resistance training can allow you to lower fat. In fact, you can only burn fat inside muscle tissue. And a lot of my clients, like, for example, Nicole Scherzinger, Deborah Messing, some of these women actresses who were starting out, Lala Anthony, they really, in the beginning, had the same kind of myth belief a long time ago that, hey, look, cardio, do cardio, you lose weight. But weight is relative because weight is water weight, could be muscle. Throw that weight scale out the window. That's another myth. Is that weighing yourself every day helps. Weighing yourself is the worst thing you can do because you look at how you look in the mirror, look at how your clothes fit, and look at like your waist circumference.
But also, I think how you feel as well. Like just
absolutely.
It's also a mental game.
Man, honestly, a lot of my clients, especially the ones in Hollywood who have to film these superhero movies that are grueling, say, hey, what this helps me the most is mindset. I can go through 14 hours, 18 hours of shooting because I have a killer resistance training. Food. My food is right. My mental focus is right because they've shown studies where the food you eat can really impact mental health and gut health, and gut health is connected to mental health. So if you eat junk food, you're gonna have a junk mindset. It's the truth. That's what happens. You literally are what you eat in some ways.
Yes.
So Ann Wigmore said, this one lady had a great quote that said, the food you eat can be the most powerful, safest form of medicine, or it could be the slowest form of poison. So it's just, you got to choose. Every day you have a choice. You look at that apple, you're like, okay, great, this is good information. You look at that, burger from McDonald's, you're like, this is going to be bad for everything. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself once in a while, no problem, but being consistent is the key. And that's another myth, is that there's a quick fix. Huge myth. There's no quick fix. I got bad news for you. Doing this for 25 years, I got
Yeah.
bad news for everybody out there. Breaking news. Extra, extra. Read all about it. There's no
Yeah.
quick fix, man. You got to do the work. You got to put the time in. You got to put the energy in. You got to put the. I will say my favorite term is consistent persistence. That's what
Mm-hmm.
it takes for success in everything you're doing. Whatever it is, it's that Abraham Lincoln said that, look, if you gave me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 4 hours sharpening the axe, right?
Mm.
Preparation, being prepared, being ready, right? That's
Yes.
all part of it. So if you do all that, then you know what? You'll have success, but don't think it's going to happen overnight. A funny story is I get tons of clients who are like, oh my God, I got, the red carpet, I got the Oscars, I got this, I got a movie premiere,
Yep.
three
Yep.
days. I'm like, 3 days? Oh my God. So I do have a peaking program, which I help them. But the funniest story is one of my actress clients, I won't say who, but
Yeah.
she was driving in the limo to the Emmys. And she calls me and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to the Emmys. I've got an hour. What do I do to lose some weight? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, go to the bathroom. I don't know. This hour is
No.
not going to be enough. But
No.
people want
No.
quick fixes, so I get it. But there's
Yeah.
no quick fixes. So those are some of the common myths out there. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it also is that, don't try to trick your body. Learn your body. That's another
Yes.
very important factor.
Listen
Is
to your
that
body.
listen to your body, learn, but more importantly, learn about your body, which
Mm-hmm.
means, look, what do you like to eat? What are your weaknesses? Put yourself in a position to win, right? That's kind of all what it takes. If you're in a business, you want to surround yourself with good business people. If you want financial advice, you go to a good financial advisor. You want to make movies, you go to a good filmmaker, right? You want to make
Yep.
sure that the people around you, the goals, everything around you is pushing you toward that success, whether it's body transformation or business or otherwise. So make
Mm-hmm.
sure that the team and the people around you is also pushing you in the right direction as well, and get expert help. Look, you
Mm-hmm.
want to fix a car? Don't ask me. Go to a mechanic, right?
Yeah.
You want to do all these things that, like, you want to go, have an operation, go see a doctor. Don't, get the experts. People are so scared about investing in themselves, right? Go
Yes.
get a qualified nutritionist, qualified trainer, right? That's really important. People are always skeptical. They're like, I could do my, yeah, but like, again, you could try to fix your own car, but probably won't, it's not the best idea, right?
Yeah.
So I don't care what YouTube says, but you can follow the video to a certain extent, but at the same time, you need somebody who's an expert. So I think
Yes.
that's part of it, and that's kind of the whole thing is surround yourself with the right people, set proper goals, have experts that you can go to. And the big problem, I'm making a new movie now, and
Mm-hmm.
not to go on and on, but I'm making a new movie called The Skinny Truth, and it's about the obesity epidemic. And
Mm-hmm.
people always ask me, like, what is the cause of, who's the villain in the movie, right? Who's the Joker? Who's the Riddler? Is it fried food? Is it sugar? And really in this movie, the enemy of this time is misinformation. That's the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Gets
living
flooded.
exactly right. You see it all the time, right? Do a search. What's the best diet? Oh my God, you'll get stopped. I mean, I feel bad for people
Keto,
out there, bro.
the
Exactly.
that what it's like, which one is the best, because they all jump on online with their articles, and according to a new study, right, the 5 dangerous words, this is the best one. And it's like, and
So
if it's
there's
not just
massive
for fitness, it's just for everything. Like, it's just, we're in a time of information, which is great, and a time of knowledge, which is great, and access to it. However, there's also a force that puts false information out there, and there's billions of dollars that are funding it just to make all the truth look fraud, look fake.
That's it.
And it's just,
that's
and it's so hard.
That's a huge problem, especially in fitness, because you have to also remember half of the information, or I would say 75%, is by marketers. By marketers
Yes.
of products, of supplements, but they're set to be news stories, but they're really marketing stories. So we're like, it's all a blur now. What do we say? There's no gray anymore. It's just
Nope.
there's all gray. But there's no black and white anymore. It's
yeah,
all
yeah,
gray.
that's what it is. Yeah.
It's just a mix of this minutia of just information, and every day you're bombarded. You said it best, and one important thing you said is a new study every day. Oh, carbs are bad now. Oh, you know what? Sugar is not as bad as we thought. Oh, wait, fat is bad. Oh, you know what? Meat is bad. Oh, beef is bad. Oh, vegans are bad. Or, all these things are bombarded every day. So my point is, I want to expose where real information comes from and what to look for when you are getting information, you're consuming information. And I really believe going to an expert you trust that really understands everything about it is the best way to go. getting knowledge from another person is really how history has been taught in a lot of ways, right? Going to an
Mm-hmm.
expert, going to someone of knowledge is how knowledge has been passed on from time to time. So I think that's really important, and I think be careful with the misinformation out there. And I really feel sorry for someone, the average person trying to lose weight, because my God,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
would want to take these pills or do this and do this stuff, but and that's and dude, and celebrities aren't immune from it. This is the crazy part.
Right.
You would think
Right.
celebrities have access to greater knowledge, whatever. But
Nope.
half my celebrity clients, I'm telling you, half my celebrity clients, I swear to God, I have one. I'm not gonna say who, big name actor. Every time I train him or go to see him, he's like, "Hey, bro, dude, I heard fasting is the best way to go. Bro, do you see this article?" It's like, I'm like, oh, dude, we're on a system, and I have to talk him down from the ledge every
Yep.
time.
Yep. Yep.
Like,
Don't
dude,
jump. Don't jump.
Yeah, I don't jump. I go, bro, you're on a system. Consistent persistence. Don't stop
Yeah.
reading social media. He's like, no, bro. I read on Twitter that like if I eat like burgers once a week, it helps stimulate something. I'm like, oh my god.
I'll tell you
It's
something.
never ending.
I was on a journey myself, and of course there was a big motivational factor behind it, why I lost weight. Hi, honey, how are you? And so,
Well, you look great, man. You look great.
thank you. So I mean, my journey started. This is all accumulation of. I have AS, ankylosing spondylitis, right? It's autoimmune disease, and so it attacked certain joints, namely my hip joints, and so. At the age of 24, I had to do hip replacement, total hip replacement on my left hip.
Yep.
And
I've
so
seen that.
after that, I was depressed. I was eating poorly. And so I gained a ton of weight. This
You're
was
human.
in 2015. Yeah, this was
I mean-
2015. And then from there, like I said, just accumulated weight. My peak at my height was 204. And I'm just sharing this
Wow.
like publicly now, I guess. I've told friends,
That's
but
amazing, bro.
204. And that was like I was big. Like I look at old photos and I was just like, "Oh my lord."
That's not me.
Exactly, you would think. And then of course when I was introduced to my wife now, that was when I was like, actually let me wind the clock a little bit. A year before I was going back and forth to the gym, dieting, to the gym, dieting, to the gym, dieting, right? And I wasn't getting results like I wanted. And so then, of course, when she came into the picture, I was like, all right, bless it, I have to do this right. And so I got with it. It was great motivation. It was the best motivation in the world. And so I went ahead and, got to the gym. I found a personal trainer who I trusted, and they put me on a plan, understanding my, limitations and things like that. And I was first going to the gym once a week, but of course, more importantly, the diet. And so I did change my diet drastically, eating cleaner, eating leaner, etc. Just because of my body type. It's not like a one diet fits all kind of thing, right? It's always catered to the different body types.
Story
And
of my
so,
life. Customization.
right. And so then from there, thankfully, for the next 9 months, as I was engaged, I dropped from 204 to my wedding day. I was 175.
Wow. Congrats, man. That's amazing.
Thank you. And then from there, now being married about a year and a half or more, I'm hovering at 160.
Wow.
So
you did
I've
the
kept
opposite. Most men gain weight when they get married.
exactly, and that's the thing. People were like, "Where's the 15 pounds, bro?" And I'm like, "Shut up, it's not happening." My wife and I are very
Good for
good,
you.
thankfully, about
Good for
our
you.
diet and making sure that we're keeping on track in terms of fitness. For our minds, our bodies, and our souls, just to make sure that we are healthy, and it's been great. And I just recently had to do another surgery for my other hip because the deterioration of my cartilage was just extremely very bad. So I went ahead and did on my right side. So now I am Bionic Man. And so
$6 million man. Here we go.
right. And so, but keeping off the weight has been obviously really crucial, and it's been very important. I see some of my friends, they see me from time to time, and every time they see me, they're like, "Bro, you look amazing, you're looking great." I'm like, "Thank you. I appreciate it," but it's all the hard work, it's the focus, it's the diet, it's the diet, and then of course the supplementary fitness aspect as well. You have to do that.
Have to.
And then when I was on my journey, I was going to the gym once a week, and then from there, I wasn't seeing so many results after like 2 3 weeks. I was like, okay, I need to up this up. So then I started going 3 times a week, and then of course with the diet that I had that was catered to me, and then supplementing it with the frequent workouts, then I was starting to see results. Then I was starting to see the weight drop, and I was starting to see the leanness, the toning. I was like, okay, yes, I'm getting somewhere, and that just helped me, help.
Momentum. It's momentum. You just got to build
Absolutely,
momentum.
building the momentum, snowballing, and thank God I'm here and I'm still going. Doing
That's
great.
amazing. That's it. I mean, you're another testament to the power of fitness. I mean, really, I think when people, I will say, I'm not in the body transformation business. I'm in the life transformation business, which is
Yes.
basically if someone drops 30 or 40 pounds, their life changes. Like their mentality changes, their confidence changes, their business, everything changes.
Absolutely.
Like I've seen that
Absolutely.
when I was working with Forrest Whitaker. He was a vegetarian. A lot of
Yes.
challenges. We dropped 100, almost like no 80 pounds
Wow.
on him. And having someone drop 80 pounds. He was in the Last King of Scotland, and he won the Oscar for that. And he
Yeah.
dropped 80 pounds and became a different person. I mean, he was a different person. Training him, he never trained a day in his life. Really,
Yeah.
and someone like that who never did any of those things, to do that, he was a different person. He was a presenter at the Oscars at 84 pounds less than he ever was, and people were shocked. And the funny
Right.
part is, when you lose weight or you get healthier or lose fat, people always like, "Are you okay? Are you sick? Like, what's wrong
Right.
with you?" They think something's wrong. It's like,
Yeah.
nothing's wrong. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. I mean, this is incredible.
Absolutely. And with me losing this weight and having again the hip replacement, both of them done now, I feel like I'm getting my life back, even though I'm almost 30. And it's like now I can enjoy the things as a young man is supposed to do. Go on hikes, go, be athletic, and
Absolutely.
that's who I was when I was younger. I was more athletic, and then this put a halt, for the past 10 years, in my life. And so I'm grateful that I had this opportunity. I took it, and I'm changing my life around. And like you said, it's not just fitness; it's life
It
transformative.
really, really is. And it's never too late to be what you could have been. Really,
Yes.
I really believe that. I've transformed people at 70, 75 years old. Look, you can do it at any age, any time. It just depends on you. And I think the most important factor of any fitness routine is customization. I think I call it the you diet. People are like,
Yes.
you diet? What is that? A
What is
secret?
that?
Yeah, what is that? Is that a secret weapon for the celebrities? What do you? It's like, bro, it's called a diet based on you, a training program based on you. So you've had issues with your, autoimmune, you've had hip,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So if you take that into consideration, you can make it work. You can make anything work. I've worked with people with every issue imaginable. Like literally, I'm like, man, dude, you have a lot of problems, but we
Yeah.
overcome them. We overcome them, and you know what? They
Yes.
do it. And I always say this: people always like give me credit and say, "Oh my God, you made Batman, you made Rocky, you made all this." I'm like, dude, I didn't make them. They do the work. Like
Yeah.
Ben Affleck works his ass, his tail off in the gym. Sly work. All these people
Yeah.
work like crazy. Hugh Jackman getting ready for Wolverine, trained like an animal. Like like
Yeah.
all these people, they do the work. So don't get it twisted. I give them the information, but they got to implement it. And knowledge is nothing without implementation. So I can give you the best program, but if you don't implement it day to day, right? They're humans. Whether you're a
Yeah.
celebrity or the mom, whoever you are, you have cravings, you have
Yeah.
challenges, you got kids, you got life, you got work. Time is always an issue. So I think it's important to realize that you can do it if you have the right system, the right program, and more importantly, the right motivation and mindset. That's
Yes.
important. Like the problem is, you can't just do it. Like a lot of my clients get ready for movies or have a hard deadline, right?
Yes.
There's no pressure, right? But
Yeah.
it's funny when Bruce Willis came to me. He was doing the last Die Hard, and there was a scene where he was shirtless, and it was
Yeah.
just one scene, and they were filming for one day. I mean, he's getting millions of dollars, to do this. So the director calls me up. He goes, "Listen, we can't blow this scene. You better make sure he looks good for that one scene on that one
Yeah.
day. We can only shoot that one day." I go, "Okay, no pressure, but all right, I'll do it." It's like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So when you have that deadline, though, and when you have that positive pressure, guess what? He delivered. He came through. Everybody comes through when there's a deadline, when there's a goal, when you can have something to look forward to. The problem is a lot of people just say, "Okay, I just want to get healthier or lose weight or lose size," but
Yeah.
that's not really a goal, right? You're not motivated, right? If you, for example, if you're working and your boss says, hey, just get this done sometime, you're not going to really be
Right.
motivated to do it. But if it says, listen, we've got a big meeting Friday at noon, this has to be done by Friday at noon. Oh my God, you're going to put all hands on deck. You're going to start
Yep.
going. You're going to, you know what I mean? And you're going to be more motivated to get it done. So
Yep.
same with fitness. You have to have a fitness destination. When you get in your car, you don't just drive around. You say, listen, put the address in the GPS and you go straight there. That's
Yep.
it. So we give them that goal. And that's really important. And part of that is understanding that have goals on a weekly basis, daily basis, all those things, and change your routine, your daily routine. And that's all part of the customization diet. And that
Yeah.
fits within your lifestyle. So if you tell me that, look, I can only eat this much a day, there's no way, I don't have time, we make it work. Oh,
Yeah.
I hate broccoli. Well, I'm not going to put broccoli in your program, right? I mean, it's like, it's common sense. But a lot of these fitness people are like, no, you got to eat chicken and broccoli, and you got to eat this, and you got to be keto, you got to, it's like, dude, look, it all depends. I go, the answer to every fitness question is, it depends.
It depends.
It depends on
Same
you.
thing
It
in
depends
film.
honestly, really, film and fitness is actually it's interesting because being kind of the crossover athlete,
Yes.
being the Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders, I'm a two sport, being in
Yeah.
the movies and fitness is interesting because it is kind of the same. Because really, it is about customizing. It is about, you know, it depends on what you're doing. It also depends on you at the time you're in. For example, your goals now weren't the same goals if you were training when you're 20, right? Or
Yep.
when you're 40. It's going to be different. So that's another thing. Each person changes. So we do blood work. We do a lot of analysis, food allergies. We do DNA testing. We do
Science.
not paternity, but like the
Yes.
the actual body types and all that. So
Yes.
we figure out your body. We figure out your scans. We know your hydration. I know what you're doing. Like I know what. Once I get the blueprint of your body, bro, it's simple to make a game plan. It's easy. It's like if
Absolutely.
I knew. Yeah, it's like if the Mavs are playing and the Bulls are coming in town, and you know that all the Bulls plays, you're gonna win because you know what they're gonna do. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
once you have the game plan, the blueprint, easy to have success with people.
Easy, lemon squeezy. So let's move on a little bit and just, I guess, kind of quickly, if you can, how do you typically train a celebrity and or an athlete, right? It depends on the role that they're, you know, like you mentioned, the goal. Like, say, for example, how do you turn a male actor who is trying to be into a superhero role on the screen?
Very carefully.
Yeah.
A lot of patience and time. Time is the greatest weapon, right?
Yes.
So what we do is we really do a customized program, and depending on the person, the goal, generally it's about 3 months. We do 3-month programs generally because that's about the right time to get great results in the most limited time possible. 3 months, and then we do a questionnaire, we do blood work, we do food allergies, we do DNA testing, we do body scans, we do lean muscle, fat testing, hydration. We do a lot of testing, number one. So now we got the blueprint. And then from there, we implement a diet program that we update every month, a training regimen in a private gym that we have in Beverly Hills that we train them in, or at their home gym, or if they travel, we get trainers that train them wherever their set is or wherever their thing is. Ben was filming Justice League in London, so we got him a trainer over there because I didn't want to stay there for that long, although I did visit him on set. But so we do that, and then we have that goal, and then we continue changing, we continue updating. I keep following up and making sure that, hey, if it's working, we monitor progress. So if he's not meeting those goals, we change things up. We add stuff, we take away stuff, whatever it is. So we're really integrated, and I think that's what makes the difference between our system is that we really do a complete customization, which includes not only nutrition but supplementation, a lot of key vitamins and minerals. We implement new supplements and things like that. We look at training regimens based on that person, based on science, and we also look at sleep patterns. Sleep and recovery is a huge part of it, so we customize that portion of it, and we look at the whole kind of mental health. We look at the preferences and all the stuff, and really what I will say is, whether you're an actor getting ready for Batman or someone just trying to be better for your family, you have to have a goal, a destination, and you have to understand that it has to be part of a system. So you have to build that system around it, and then once you have the system in place, you kind of do it like clockwork. You just got to do it like clockwork, and then we have motivational techniques because, look, you're not going to always be motivated, right? Some days you get up and you're like, oh, man, I just don't feel it today, man. It's just not,
Yeah.
But when you get that hit, message from me that says, hey, bro, game time. It's not the skill, it's the will. Let's go. Like Ali. So
Yep.
we push them hard. We motivate. That's part of it, is getting someone motivated and having them believe in themselves when they don't believe in themselves. That's also part of the mental game you got to play is, listen, I have this tendency to make people around me think they're going to be great. So
Yeah.
I make sure I'm going to make you believe. You hang around with me long enough, I'm going to make you believe that you're going to be great. Like you will achieve things you've never done in your life. And that's fact. I just had a client that's going on a TV show in about a month, and he was with me for about 3 weeks only. And when he left, he dropped 15 pounds, gained 5 pounds of muscle, looked better than ever. He looked like a different person. And he said to me, he goes, man, bro, I'm going on the show now, and I really couldn't believe that I would be here. Like, I just didn't even think I could do this much, in 3 weeks. And he did it. So his whole mentality changed. You can see he's walking a little bit, his acting will get better. Everything will be a little, more confident. And he said, look, I'm going to be better. And that's what it's about. It's about building confidence. It's about building self-belief, and then making you the best version of yourself. And that's what I do, whether you're an actor getting ready for a movie, a singer, athlete, or the average person just want to be healthier. Whatever it is, I'm going to make you believe that you're going to do things you never did before, and you're going to be great.
Amazing, amazing words right there. Just a quick off-the-cuff question, and, I guess you have to be a little bit careful maybe with this, but who is your favorite celebrity that you've trained with?
Man, that's a great question. I get asked this all the time. In fact, I did an interview earlier, and the same question came up. Look, I always say that I'm blessed to have always great clients, and I'm in a position where I can kind of pick and choose. And look, I love all of them. As far as best clients, I would say the one good thing I like, and the thing I'm really proud of the most, it's not just transforming bodies. It's working with people for long term. Like having people stay with you for years is a testament to you in some ways, right? So, for example, Ben Affleck, 15 years. Like Stallone, 15 years. All these clients, like 15, 10, 20, 5 years, 6 years. So that's a good sign. And I really pride myself in working with people over the long haul. Ben Affleck is one of my favorites of all time. Stallone, of course, opened the door. So, of course, he's up there. Forrest Whitaker is an amazing person. AJ Buckley, who's on SEAL Team CBS, good friend of mine, great guy. Another guy who is really a perfect example and should be the poster child of transformation, how body transformation and health and fitness can change your life. I mean, this is the guy who was on CSI New York, playing the lab nerd, for 10 years, Entourage, a few movies here and there, and suddenly he gets into great shape, and now he's playing, he's on SEAL Team CBS, playing a Navy SEAL. And he's just just an awesome dude. So it just shows you the power of fitness, the power of transformation, and how it can really impact your life. So all of those people are my favorites. I've never really had a bad experience with anyone. I can kind of pick and choose now. So I'm grateful for that. But I think, again, you have to also remember, when people come to me, they're already motivated. They already know.
They want to get it done.
They want to get it done. They're not going to be, they're not doing it begrudgingly or, oh my God, I gotta do it or whatever. They're like, man, I got a movie to get ready for. Let's go. I want to shock the world. Like when Ben Affleck came to me, he called me up and he's like, listen, the funniest story I tell is like, listen, when Batman calls you up and says, hey, listen, I got to fight Superman in a movie, I need to be the biggest and baddest ever. Help.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, cool. So, and he was the biggest, most muscular Batman ever. Now that's motivating for me. I was like, man, let's go. I want to be part of that journey, right?
Yes.
And he did it. And guess what? It didn't happen overnight. It took him over a year and a half to do it, So he put the work in, and he had the right system. We had a good system in place, but he did the work. So whatever the goals are, that's what inspires me as well. It's like, man, this dude transformed and achieved his goal. He became the biggest, leanest, most muscular Batman that ever was, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. And that's what makes me happy, and that's happy for them. And especially when he was getting hated on in the beginning to be Batman. Now, at the end, people are like, man, he was a great Batman. Wow, cool. So that's also part of it, and I'm really happy about that.
Absolutely. And let's just wrap up with this last question here. A quick bit of advice. How do you get rid of that god-awful fat around the waist?
Man, that age-old question of all time. That's an all-time question.
Yes.
That's like the number one thing. It's like that spare tire.
Yes. You ate a tire and it just sits there.
I'll tell you right now, that's one thing I really specialize in. I wrote a book called The Six-Pack Diet Plan. I call myself an abologist. Uh,
Yeah.
and I can tell you this, that number one, lowering stress is a huge one for abdominal fat and all that fat around there, because if you have stress in your body, you stimulate a hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is a stress hormone, and now we're under stress because of the situation and the environment and all
Yes.
that. So you got to meditate, you got to pray, you got to relax, you got to drink water, you got to hydrate. But stress, what it does, it increases fat. Yeah, exactly. Cheers to you. It increases the abdominal fat because you have 4 times more receptors for the stress hormone cortisol in your abdomen than other parts of your body. So when you
Mm-hmm.
stress out, the fat goes right to your stomach. So number one, lower stress. Number two, you want to eat a high protein diet. So make sure you're eating a high protein diet, not chicken wings, lean protein,
Yes.
chicken
Turkey.
breast, egg whites, yeah, pea protein, turkey breast, whey protein, pea protein, all these kind of things. These are the kind of things you want to eat on a regular basis. By the way, if you want to know the diet that always works for most people in studies, high protein. High protein diets have always shown benefit, especially when you replace protein if you replace carbohydrates with protein, you always see success for fat loss, and
Mm-hmm.
especially around the abdomen. And of course, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep is huge, because they've actually shown
Yes.
studies where sleep deprivation can increase abdominal fat. And also taking thermogenic type supplements like cayenne pepper, stimulating heat production. Green tea is a great drink. Oolong
Yeah.
tea. All these teas can help stimulate metabolism, can help you lower body fat. And again,
Mm-hmm.
diet first, sleep second, training third, and then supplements fourth. So that's
Mm-hmm.
really what it boils down to. And if you put all that together, and again, don't forget one, as we finish off here, time. Give yourself time, man.
Yes.
Patience
There
is the
is
key.
this is something I've been very much trying to implement in my life, and it's been helping me a lot tremendously, which is there is no rush in life. And I'm
There you
only
go.
almost in my 30s, but like again, like I'm just understanding this, like there is no rush. Yes, you can have deadlines, you have goals, but do not, and that, I guess everything else, follows with that, in that, you don't have stress, you don't have any of these side effects, because your outlook on life is that there is no rush. You're just not necessarily
Man,
going with the flow. Take control of your life, but just don't get overwhelmed, right? And
man,
don't
that's
rush.
those are wise words I actually kind of live by. And I think I always say this as I finish off here. I think there's 2 things I always think can overcome any problems that you have, even now in the time we're living in: patience and gratitude. If you have patience, you can overcome anything. You can out time anything, right? And gratitude, being grateful, even in fitness. So, for example, if you lift 5 pounds heavier than you did yesterday, that's the win. Give yourself some credit. Be grateful for that. Be grateful
Yes,
for losing, a couple pounds of fat. Wow, I did it. Progress, not perfection. Patience and gratitude can help you overcome any problem all the time.
beautifully said. Any last words of advice before we sign off?
I will always say, I'll leave you with my life tip. As we started off in the beginning, we'll wrap it up, come full circle at the end. ABC, baby. Always be cool. If you're pleasant, if you're cool, you're going to have a great life. No problem.
Awesome, Rehan. Thank you again so much for being on Real Time, uh, and we'll be connecting really soon. Uh, Thank you so much, and I'll get to you in just a second.
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you
Peace.
so much. All right, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Real Time, where we are live talking about film and television and everything in between. I hope y'all learned something today. I know I certainly did. And if you aren't already, make sure you are subscribed. Give this live stream a thumbs up. And don't forget to put on that post notification. Share it with others who would benefit as well. And if you would like to sponsor an episode of Real Time, make sure you contact me in the description down below. This is Mustafa Talib with Cinema King Productions, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.